question then.
Yes.
Since the quarantine period for vaccinated or fully vaccinated individuals has already been shortened to 7 days, should we then expect that moving forward, quarantines will be scrapped altogether? Is this even a distinct possibility?
We are hoping that will happen, but until we have these figures, the cases of COVID-19 is really stabilizing, and all other indicators of the disease and the epidemic will be more or less stable, then we may get to that. Of course, we have to always be positive about these things. But not now. I don't think so. Not at this time.
All right, so not in the near future. Now, on a slightly related issue, the DOH also said around 9% of vaccinated individuals have deferred their second doses. That's around 9% of those that have received their first shots. Doc Nina, what are the consequences or risks of missing the second dose?
Okay. Doses may actually be missed for a short time and not too long after that. Let us say we're talking probably about a few weeks or even months, but not too long. So, all of these vaccines that were tested had only some antibodies that these people produce, and that would be boosted by a second dose. And the efficacy that we have set for all of this were based on second dose, the full protection, 2 weeks or more after the second dose. So these people should actually come for their second dose in order to be fully protected.
All right, and can you give us some clear guidelines, Doc? How long can you really extend your second dose? Normally, right now, let's say it's Sinovac, it's 1 month after or 4 weeks after. It's a little bit longer for AstraZeneca. But how much room can we give this? How much allowance can we give delaying the second jab? Yeah, exactly.
Yes. For other vaccines, we have more data, no? Like for hepatitis B, it's possible to actually delay. This is the third dose. There are 3 doses for hepatitis, for up to about 6 months. But for these vaccines, they all have been optimized using different time periods, no? So, but maybe we will be good at 3 months to less than 6 months. I would say that. Yeah.
All right. So just to be safe, do not let it extend beyond 6 months.
Actually, yes. Yeah. Or when it's your time to get the second jab, please get that, because all of these were optimized using that time interval.
All right, loud and clear on that, so better get your doses on schedule so you get the full benefits and effects. Now, experts, Doc, in the IATF are also saying that the country has missed its target for vaccinating seniors and persons with comorbidities. These are priority groups A2 and A3. What's your reaction to this, and do you think we can still catch up?
Yes, we're really hoping, of course, that we can still catch up. We have to do a lot more of communications, especially with the A2. I think they need to be, really explained about the benefits of all of this, and that they have to get their shots. It's more of, I think, lack of information than anything. So we have to do more. And for the A3, I think also that a lack of vaccine supplies has to do with it. So maybe that's also contributing to the hesitancy, because they know anyway that the vaccines are not here. But we hope the vaccines will be coming soon. This June, we should have more, like the Moderna, Sputnik, and I think even AstraZeneca. Yeah.
All right, as usual, we appreciate the time and your insights. Dr. Nina Gloriani, head of the vaccine expert panel, over the line. Thank you, Doc Nina.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you.
And the United States is set to distribute the first batch of its excess COVID-19 vaccines to the rest of the world. U.S. President Joe Biden said that out of the total 80 million doses, an initial 25 million doses will be shipped in the next few days. A huge chunk of this will be going to the WHO-led COVAX facility, which will be donated to poor countries. South and Southeast Asian countries, including the Philippines, are set to receive some 7 million vaccines from the United States. Other beneficiary countries include India, Nepal, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Afghanistan, as well as the Maldives, Malaysia, Vietnam, Indonesia, Thailand, Laos, Papua New Guinea, Taiwan, and the Pacific Islands. The remaining 6 million doses will be shared directly with governments that are seeing a surge in cases in their countries. Meanwhile, neighboring nations and partners of the United States will also be receiving surplus vaccines. We're going to pause for a quick break, but we will be back with more stories after that. Keep it here. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Now this just in, Pag-asa has officially declared the onset of the rainy season. The Philippine Star reports that intermittent rains associated with the southwest monsoon or habagat will continue to affect Metro Manila and the western parts of the country. In other news, a House committee has started looking into the rotational brownouts that were experienced in parts of Luzon this week. For more details, Marian Enriquez joins us live from Manila. Maan, what were the key points from the hearing and were there any solutions that have been finalized?
Yes, Sean, several power agencies were present at today's motu proprio investigation into the power supply shortage experienced in some parts of Luzon from May 31 to June 2. Among the key attendees were officials from the Department of Energy, the National Grid Corporation of the Philippines, or NGCP, and the Energy Regulatory Commission, or ERC. House lawmakers grilled the agencies after people were caught off guard by the placing of the Luzon grid under red and yellow alerts for 3 consecutive days. Energy Secretary Alfonso Cusi reiterated that the power outages were due to the unplanned and extended maintenance shutdowns of some 5 power plants in Luzon. The ERC also noted that most power plants in Luzon are more than 16 years old and are already worn out. At the hearing, Cusi took a swipe at some individuals who are supposedly dramatizing the issue and causing panic among the public. Although he did not mention names, the energy chief dismissed information that the recent brownouts in Luzon lasted for 10 or 11 hours in some areas. Cusi claimed that power outages only lasted for a maximum of 3 hours. In the end, the official said that the DOE is now exploring solutions to the recurring problem by looking into other energy sources like hydropower and nuclear plants. For its part, the NGCP said it's high time to replace old power plants and build some more to be able to avoid sudden shortages. The DOE said the several power plants are ready to start operations but are still undergoing testing and commissioning. The DOE assured the public that power situation in Luzon has normalized, at least for now. Sean, the Energy Department is now seeking help from the Philippine Competition Commission and the Justice Department to file charges of economic sabotage against alleged erring energy companies. They are now identifying energy firms that will be held liable for the outages in Luzon. Sean?
All right, thank you so much for that update. That was Maan Enriquez joining us live from the city of Manila. And here are other stories we're keeping our eyes on. Vice President Leni Robredo has clarified that she has not yet decided to run for governor in her bailiwick and that she remains open to running for president in next year's polls. Robredo's statement comes after Camarines Sur Representative Rolando Andaya Jr. claimed that she was eyeing a gubernatorial post. The National Police has deployed 16 body-worn cameras to 171 police units 4 years after promising to use the gadgets. PNP Chief Guillermo Eleazar says the technology will help with transparency while assuring the public that their use will be guided by the data privacy law. And Pag-asa reports that Dante has re-entered the Philippine Area of Responsibility as it weakens into a tropical depression. Its eye was last spotted near Batanes, prompting Pag-asa to put the province under signal number 1 due to severe winds. Dante is forecast to exit the Philippine Area of Responsibility again on Saturday afternoon. And in lighter news, New York's Lady Liberty is getting a sister as a French museum plans to send a replica just in time for America's Independence Day on the 4th of July. The replica will be sent via boat from Paris to Ellis Island in New York. It will then be transported to the French Embassy in Washington, D.C. The statue is 16 times smaller than the existing piece, measuring 2 meters by 83 centimeters, and it will be on loan for a decade. The first Statue of Liberty was sent to the United States from France back in 1886. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.